I'm in my 10th year now as a solo artist, and I think you have to really appreciate it. It's a really lovely job, and to do, you know, to have your work to be your passion. It's a bit of a privilege, really.
Following 2007's Trip the Light Fantastic and supporting Take That across 34 tour dates, Sophie Ellis-Bextor would take a 4-year hiatus before releasing her next record. During this period, she teamed up with renowned DJs and dance producers including Freemasons, Junior Caldera and Armin van Buuren. She also began exploring the idea of a greatest hits album and a corresponding tour. However, these plans would eventually be sidelined as she focused on creating a fresh new album. Often seen as a fan favourite, this is Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Make a Scene.
Well, I'm doing my 4th album at the moment, and on there I've been working with quite a few different people, like Calvin Harris, Metronomy, Liam Howe, who's in the Sneaker Pimps, so it's quite a lot of dance people. And there's a couple of potential collaborations in the offing to finish off the album, but I can't really confirm them, so. But yeah, potentially there's a couple of exciting ones. Every album I've made is always quite, got a lot, you know, dance and pop and electro is always pretty well represented, but this album feels even more dancey than the others, yeah.
The material for Make a Scene originated from recording sessions intended for a greatest hits compilation that was slated for release in autumn 2008. However, the success of these sessions prompted Sophie and her then label, Fascination Records, to shift gears and produce a full studio album instead. The album saw many collaborators involved, including Greg Kurstin, Kathy Dennis, Richard X, and Ed Harcourt.
Keep switching me off and on and off and on and on.
The track Off and On was written by Calvin Harris and Irish singer Roisin Murphy, and was originally recorded with Murphy for her 2007 studio album Overpowered, but was omitted from the final track listing.
I worked with a guy called Richard X, who, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I think he's brilliant. He's such a great producer. I think the production on Starlight is lovely. And so I went over to his place, which is in the east of London, and worked with him and a girl called Hannah, who I work with a lot as well. So we were sort of having quite good fun, actually. I think all of these tracks on this album were fun to make. They all involved us sort of laughing and dancing around the studio and getting excited about the songs we were making. So there was no sort of po-faced pop writing at all. It was all good fun.
Perfect summer album then, yeah? I
think so, yeah. Certainly it's very confident and positive, upbeat. Yeah, I think dance music suits a kind of euphoria, you know, it works well. And this was a very dancey album, so yeah.
And you've worked with some amazing people on this one as well. Calvin Harris and Kathy Dennis as well. She's written so many songs, hasn't she, for so many people over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I think within the songwriting community, Kathy's she's on like the sort of top rung, really. She's amazing. And I think what makes her so lovely is not just that she's a really great girl anyway, lovely woman, but she also, she's been an artist. So I think that's why she writes so well, because she's not writing in a kind of cynical corporate way. She actually is envisaging what it'll be like to be the person singing that song. And I think, in my experience, a lot of the best writers are people that have been in bands or been artists in their own right. They just put it on a different head. They really respect the fact that it's going to be sung by someone and has to connect with them, really.
You collaborated on a song on the new Feeling album as well, haven't you?
Yeah, well, I didn't write it. It's a great ballad called Leave Me Out of It, and I was really chuffed to be asked to do it, actually, because, you know, just because I'm married to the bass player, it's not a given that, you know, they write songs that would be suitable for me or want me involved or whatever. And this song, it just really seemed to suit my voice. So yeah, it's a great track. I love it. It's probably my favourite on the album, if that's not weird to say it's the song I've sung on. But I like the mood in it. It's got a kind of slightly melancholy yearning in it. And I mean, Dan, I think, is such a brilliant writer anyway.
Don't know what love is, but done. A crack in your heart that can be undone. Don't know what love is till you've had none.
Coming through your door, soon I'll have you calling out for more.
Don't know what love is till you've had mine. Don't know what love is till you've had mine. Don't know what love is, but you need some. Crack in your heart that can be undone. Don't know what love is till you've had mine. Coming through your door, soon I'll have you calling out for more. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Coming through your door, soon I'll have you calling out for more.
Did you take much time off then from some recording and performing with the children, or did you just keep going intermittently?
Well, I guess not so much with Kit as I did when I had Sonny. I took off quite a few months just to sort of spend time with him. But with Kit, it's been a little bit, because I'm used to, I don't know what it is to have a baby around, and I'm lucky that my work isn't sort of 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So I've been doing just the odd days initially here and there, and sort of building up gently. And I can bring him with me when I want to, and if I feel like I need to, spend more time with him, I can just cancel a bit of work, because that's one of the privileges, I guess, of being a pop star rather than having a proper job.
But what was the thrill then of doing this particular? Because it's a bit away from indie, gone back into dance.
Yeah. Well, it feels like not just me really, but the charts as well. I'm really excited to see so much dance and electro and disco around again. And I've always loved the Freemasons. I've always been a fan of what they did. So when the opportunity came to work on one of the tracks, I jumped at it really.
Yeah, tell us who, because this is with the Freemasons. Who are they?
The Freemasons are two lovely men called James and Russell who live in Brighton, and we have a mutual friend called Biff who's a pop writer, and he's the one that gave me a call and said, I've got this fantastic backing track, I think you're going to love it. So we went down to work on it and just ended up jumping around the studio, playing it really loud, getting excited about it.
And how long did that process take then, from conception of the idea to...
Well, it was kind of slightly drawn out. I suppose the song was probably written about a year ago now, but then obviously I was having a baby and things, so it all got sort of put on the back burner and then reignited this year. A new mix from the Freemasons.
Okay, so we're on the set of a new video, Heartbreak. Now, as your biggest fan, I'm just dying to know what's it all about.
The song is about the restorative qualities of music, really, to enable you to get over any hardships you may encounter. So, yeah, if you've had a bad breakup with someone and you go out and dance your troubles away.
So what are you actually going to plan for the video? I mean, are there going to be stunts, any like trapeze or hot leading men?
I suppose the video plays a lot on light and shade and silhouettes and strong shapes, so I really just get to perform and have a bit of a boogie.
Make me a dancer, dancer. DJ, give me the answer.
The 15th of June 2009 would see the release of Heartbreak, Make Me a Dancer, released under Freemasons featuring Sophie Ellis-Bextor. The track was co-written by Freemasons alongside Biff Stannard and Sophie. On the UK singles chart, Heartbreak, Make Me a Dancer would just miss the top 10, peaking at number 13.
Try to forget you've gone away. The tears I've cried, they won't subside unless the music starts to play. Heartbreak, make me a dancer, dancer. DJ, give me the answer, answer. Love stops getting me down.
Are you pleased with how Heartbreak's done on the charts?
I'm really proud of Heartbreak. I think it's great. I mean, the Freemasons, they just know what they're doing. I mean, every time the song starts, it just sounds so, you know, authentic and solid and clubby, and I love it. Yeah, it's really been great doing a dance track again as well.
When can we expect your next single?
I'm not going to get myself tied up in knots. I'm working on finishing the album as soon as I can. I've got lots of work to do. Back in the studio tomorrow, but it's coming together really well, and hopefully I'll have new material out before the end of the year. But yeah, it's sort of down to me really. Got to get my work head on.
How many tracks have you recorded so far?
I've recorded probably about 15 to 20 tracks, and I think the album's probably about 10 of those are the album. So I've still got a little way to go. But it's getting there.
Which producers have you been working with?
Been working with Calvin Harris, who I can hear doing his stuff. Metronomy, Liam from the Sneaker Pimps, Ed Harcourt. Yeah, quite diverse. I'm sure I've forgotten some really crucial people. Obviously the Freemasons. Yeah, I think that's kind of main key players.
So how's the album shaping up so far? Like, what sort of direction would you say it's kind of heading in?
Very dance pop. Yeah, quite tough electro. Yeah.
Would you say it's like your most dancey album so far, then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but it feels about the right thing to do. I'm pleased with it.
Are you excited about getting out there again with a new album?
Yeah, I love doing what I do. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
Salut, je suis Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Salut, c'est Junior Caldera et retrouvez mon nouveau clip Can't Fight This Feeling avec Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Et avec Junior Caldera.
Et avec Sophie.
I started singing when I was about 17, 18, and I was in an indie band, a guitar band called The Audience. So I did that for a couple of years, and then the band split up when I was about 20. And then I was approached by a DJ called Spiller to sing with him on a song he'd written called Groove Jet. And I just really liked the feel of it. I didn't really realise what a big sort of life change I was making at the time. And since that point, I realised that although I loved indie music and guitar stuff, I also really liked the dance world as well. So I sort of decided to make pop music where you can do a little bit of both.
It's murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. Hey, 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 it's murder on the dance floor. Got to see this through.
I was sent the instrumental, and I immediately just really liked the feel. I thought it sounded everything I like about dance music. It's energetic, it's exciting, it's got drama, and it sounds authentic, you know, and it works brilliantly when it's played loud and you want to dance to it, which has got to be what it comes down to.
Sophie a froid. Sophie a très froid.
Oui, c'est vrai.
I think when it comes down to it, when I'm writing music, when I'm making a new album, I just go with the stuff that feels really good. I mean, when I was little, I loved disco music and big pop artists like Madonna and Michael Jackson, and so I still have quite a hefty influence of that mixed in with, I don't know, other stuff that I find out here on the radio that just makes me feel that quite sort of childlike impetus of just wanting to dance or feeling a connection with the song. I think pop music can be just so powerful. The most sort of general influence is just that I love the old school glamour, like maybe the film stars of sort of the, I don't know, 1950s or 60s. I think sometimes it's nice to have a bit of mystique around stuff, and I don't think pop music should be any different, really. I think people are sometimes a bit afraid of things that feel a bit distant, but I think that's sometimes where it becomes a bit more magical. We've just been filming a little bit of the performance takes, and I think it's looking lovely. Yeah. I think I've found the attitude now. I think it can be a bit flirty, really. I think it was
it was good in the studio because we were still developing the track, weren't we? I'd sketched some ideas and you had some ideas, but then in the studio we finished everything off and tried a few things out, and I think in particular the chorus really came on, didn't it? This song is called Can't Fight This Feeling, so you know, dance music and pop music always lends itself very well to songs about a yearning, because there's an immediacy in that emotion that pop music deals with really brilliantly. It's about someone who just is a bit infatuated with someone, and the video clip centres on that. You're in a club and there's someone that, I think this is someone you've known throughout your life, and you just feel like there is something about them that means and a romance is inevitable, but for some reason they're maybe a little bit reluctant, so you're trying to convince them it's a good idea you get together.
It's, you know, I'm recalling some very painful memories, and yeah, been quite emotional. Well, yeah, it feels really good to be back in France again and back in Paris. I've always loved coming here, not just for work, but when I was a little girl, France was always the place we came on family holidays, and there's lots of resonance for me with this city. Apart from coming with family, I had my tattoo done in Paris, and any excuse to come to Paris. It's such a beautiful city. It never fails to inspire me. I can speak a little bit more French than I let on, but when I'm with loads of French people, I feel too self-conscious.
It would be several months later before Sophie re-emerged on the charts with her next collaborative track, Can't Fight This Feeling, with Junior Caldera. Produced by Junior Caldera, the song was initially conceived for his first album, Debut, released in 2009, but would later end up on Sophie's eventual fourth record. Sophie would co-write the track with Caldera, as well as Rosalind Della Sabina and Julian Carrett. The song saw limited release in just a handful of countries on the 22nd of February 2010, with it charting at number 13 in France. The single was given a digital-only release in the UK on the 7th of November 2010, but failed to chart.
Charged my heart. Just a touch could never be enough. Do you know I'm overthrown and can't be saved? I pray the night time makes me brave. I have to show I want you, so I've got to get to you. 'Cause I just can't fight this feeling. We should be lovers. We should be lovers. No, I just can't fight this feeling. We should be lovers. We should be lovers. No, I just can't fight this feeling. My head is spinning. I think it's winning. No, I just can't fight this feeling. And it's beating me down.
Hello, I'm Sophie Ellis-Bextor, and this is behind the scenes at the video for my new single, Bittersweet.
Ready, running playback.
How can I deny the feeling? Can't choose the fuse that lights the spark. Don't think I'll hold out too much longer.
The song is called Bittersweet because it's about a love affair that you know is probably going to do you no good, but you can't really help yourself. I wanted to bring about it the positive sides of it. I mean, although the relationship might be a bit naughty, it's essentially mainly nice. Dance music was my first introduction to doing pop in a lot of ways, because before that I was in an indie band, and then I met a DJ when I was 20 and did a song called Groove Jet, and that just opened my mind to this whole other spectrum. And from then on, I call myself a pop star because I think pop lets you tell the story in 3 minutes. This fourth album, essentially, it picks up where the last one left off. I mean, I'm still making pop music, But I think that this one is a lot more dance-centric. I think with the last record it was a little bit more eclectic, whereas this time I've worked with a lot of dance DJs like the Freemasons and Calvin Harris and Metronomy and Liam from the Sneaker Pimps, and it's just a bit more consistently upbeat, I think.
I know I shouldn't know, but something makes me crave the heat. Your love is bittersweet.
The concept of the video, in essence, is to celebrate the sensual side of the lyric, I suppose. The song is all about love affair, which is completely made your heart rule your head. So I wanted it to feel sensual and just be about lots of textures, so it's got to be a slight sensory overload.
We're using this camera that shoots in super slow motion, so we're going to throw paint at Sophie, we're going to blast powder at her, blast petals at her, and all these things that are specifically geared to look really cool on this super slow motion camera. We kind of got this idea of a good Sophie and a bad Sophie. So one of the looks is very natural and stripped back, quite natural makeup, and then the other one is a bit more kind of fierce. And we've had this huge purple dress made that we can blow wind up inside.
There's three main elements. There's the performance, which I was shooting this morning, which is candid and intimate and supposed to represent, your real feelings about this person and the position you found yourself in. And then there's the dance routine, which is the essential part of a good dance floor filler, I think. And then the third element is this sort of sensory pleasure side of it. I think it's going to look spectacular actually, because with the slow motion camera, every little detail just looks really gorgeous, and it's a real pleasure to watch something unfold. So watching things like the paint splatter or the glitter in the air or the rose petals. So yeah, I think it'll look very atmospheric. I suppose my main desires for the video for this song was just something that was celebratory, not quite as considered and diva-like as maybe some of the other things I've done, so where you maybe get a slightly different side of me. And so yeah, doing trampolining and hula hooping is my idea of fun. I really like making videos. I know some artists find them a bit of a pain, but I mean, in my opinion, you've made a little song and then people are going to the bother of making a film to accompany your song. I think they can take your relationship with the song to a new level, so I think they're pretty vital, really. I've been lots of trampolining going on this afternoon and lots of having things fired at me. I've had petals, triangles, bubbles, glittery shapes. It's been a really enjoyable day. I've been having lots of fun. So it's great that I also get a video to take home out of it at the end too. And I hope you enjoy watching it.
The album's official lead single, Bittersweet, would be released on the 3rd of May 2010. The song was produced by Freemasons and Biff Stannard and co-written with them alongside Sophie and Hannah Robinson. The song's B-side track, Sophia Loren, was written by Sophie alongside Cathy Dennis and was for a time intended to be the album's lead single. These plans were ultimately scrapped, with the track never even making the final track listing of the album. Bittersweet would peak at a modest number 25 on the UK singles chart.
I desire light, I desire dark. Your influence is getting stronger. Despite my mind, my body is still curious. So won't you show me all there is to know? I know I shouldn't go, but something makes me crave the heat. Your love attitude for real pleasure. You feed the need that lies in me. I've lost all sense to this devotion. One touch and there's a rush of electricity. So won't you show me all there is to know? I know I shouldn't go, but something makes me crave. And your love is bittersweet.
Hey, what's up? This is Armin van Buuren. I'm revealing some of the production secrets about how tracks from my new album Mirage came to life. And for the track that I did with Sophie Ellis-Bextor, that's quite a long story. It started, of course, with the melody and the fooling around in the studio. I'm a really big sucker for plugins. There's so much new technology right now. One of the biggest, nicest plugins that I actually have is actually produced by or made by a Dutch company called FabFilter. They're based in Amsterdam. And one of the guys that owns it is actually a guy that I used to produce with, Floris Klinkert. And really, really nice guy, extremely talented, very smart. And he made this really nice plugin called the FabFilter Twin. And it's really a nice plugin, has a unique filtering, and it's really, really, the way they designed the plugin is pretty unique than other plugins. So, fooling around with the plugin and playing some chords. I think that's how we started the track. Just very, very, very simple, basic chord. So what we do, we put all those elements together. Usually start off with a very dry signal. And the secret about not giving up on love for me is all about the layering. That's why this project is ridiculous if you look at the amount of tracks that we used for the whole song. Have a look. You see all the drums, the claps, the hi-hats and everything. And what we did for the main lead to make it sound really fat is let a lot of other synths play the exact same melody line. It gives it such more of a richer feel. And put a lot of drum programming under it, which was more electro-based. Right now you see in trance music there's a lot of influence from minimal percussion and electro beats, which are much tighter and much more in your face. 808 Drum Computer by Roland is a really big example. But we just used a lot of samples that were based on more of an electro feel. So the groove that we had going with this track is kind of sounds like this. It's 131 BPM, so it's a lot more groovy, a lot more slower. And the bass line is a lot more melodic than you would normally... the bass line is a lot more electro-based than you would normally expect from me, but I really like that sort of sound, which is really hot right now with producers as Duderstadt, for example. They do an amazing job producing sounds like this. So put that all together. Put some nice pads in there. And this was the same meeting that I had last year with the Nervo Sisters. The Nervo Sisters are very talented twins from Australia. They're writing loads and loads of big hits right now. Met them in Ibiza last year. And they already also wrote Love Takes Over with David Guetta. But I knew them from before that because I was already tipped by somebody in America that I should contact them. So already from before they were famous, they knew me because I was trying to reach them to write a song with them because I thought they were really, really talented from what I heard the previous demos and short things. And they were really interested to work with me because I was already interested in them before they were famous, I hope. So sent this instrumental to them, and they happen to know Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Now, she's a little bit of a diva, and she's an amazing singer and songwriter from England. And she wrote some amazing summer anthems. So when I heard that, it immediately clicked in my head, like, this is the right combination. So we met up with the Nervo Sisters and Sophie Ellis-Bextor to write the vocal track for this kind of basic feel. And we gave it more of an analog feel as well, with some real drums going in there, like some drum loop, like... give it more of that pop rocky feel, which is really done a lot right now. And put a piano top line on that. And then the vocal of Sophie Ellis-Bextor, which I think is a win. So this track, it came apart just like John Lennon said, everything in life happens differently than you plan it, or what he said exactly was life happens to you when you were busy making other plans. So that was exactly what we happened with this track. We were actually making an instrumental kind of a more electro kind of feel track, and it ended up being a collaboration with Sophie Ellis-Bextor. So there you go, the story behind Not Giving Up on Love.
The album's fourth single, Not Giving Up on Love, a collaboration with Armin van Buuren, was released on the 20th of August 2010. Sophie would again co-write the track with additional writing by Australian songwriters Olivia and Miriam Nervo, with the song also featuring on Van Buuren's fourth studio album, Mirage. The video for Not Giving Up on Love was shot in Ibiza by British director Sophie Muller. With limited promotion in the UK, the song would only chart on the UK dance charts at number 27, but did peak inside the top 10 of the Netherlands singles chart.
Let's bring it back to you and me. There's no one else around. But don't get lost in gravity. 'Cause I want you to hold me now. Nothing else matters. It's just the two of us, and if it all falls down, nothing else matters. You know it's strong enough. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on us. I said I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on love. Cause I feel it inside, taking over tonight. I'll be there when the storm is breaking. In this moment I'm yours, you can always be sure that together we're gonna make it. Baby, won't you hold me now?
Following the release of these four singles, Sophie would part ways with Fascination Records, leaving the future of the album hanging in the balance. After a year-long delay, during which time she would establish her own record label, EBGB's, plans were finally in place to release her fourth studio album. Sophie said that her decision to leave Universal was spurred on by the departure of the head of Fascination Records.
It's been Murder on the Dance Floor and all those other things for Sophie Ellis-Bextor, but now she's coming at us straight from the heart.
Did you hear me groan about the Murder on the Dance Floor gag or not? No.
Yeah, always groan about it.
Oh, the other day someone said to me, like a joke, they stood next to me and they were like, just looked out on the club floor and there's been a murder on the dance floor. And I just was like,
You've just heard it too many times.
8 years old, that song. I try.
You moved on, but let's not make a scene about it. Ha ha. Now the reason we're laughing about that is because Sophie is about to bring out her new album in July, and the original title was Make a Scene, but you changed it.
Yeah, I just didn't like it enough. I thought it was all right, but I thought I could probably do better. And so after having a glass of wine with my husband in a bar, I decided, I was going, I'm not sure about it. And he goes, well, I think you should change it. So I did.
And you've changed it to Straight to the Heart.
Which is a lyric. There's a song on the album that I wrote with Ed Harcourt, and it's called Cut Straight to the Heart of Me. I chose it from that.
So is it always that easy to come up with song titles or album titles, or have you had a few random ones from, watching the telly, that kind of thing?
Yeah, no, it's quite hard actually. That's often the bit that's the trickiest bit, because you want a chorus that has a lyric that everybody can identify with, but you don't want to say something that's really something that's been said time and time again. And I find lyric writing quite tricky. Some people find it really natural, but I have good days and bad days.
So do you get the beats in your head first and then think lyrics will follow?
I get the melody first. Melody's my key bit. That's the bit I find easiest.
So you tap away at it and all that. Do you record it? I mean, do you get it when you're lying in bed, and do you keep a recorder by the side?
Yeah, or just sing into my mobile. You know how they have like the little section for recording sound? I have lots of little noodles in there.
So don't lose the mobile.
Well, yeah, more because I'd be worried about somebody else hearing it rather than because I'd lose some classic song.
So tell us about the new album, because it's taken a wee while for you to do this time.
Yeah, but coming in at 2 years for this record is actually quicker than the previous one, which was 3 years.
Okay.
So for me,
we're getting better.
I'm getting faster.
Just a year to wait for the next one.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, no, this album came together really nicely. I enjoyed myself a lot with this. It was very relaxed. Worked with a lot of people. I really, some people I'd worked with loads of times before. There's a girl called Hannah I've written with a lot, Kathy Dennis, a guy called Greg Kirsten, you know, good pop pedigree people. And then I also worked with some dance producers like Calvin Harris and the Freemasons.
Good Scottish lad there.
I know, yeah. No, it's been really good fun.
How was it working with Calvin? Did you sort of, were you in the studio together?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, he's very talented guy, very funny, very tall. No, it's good.
He is very tall, isn't he?
I think he's about 6'5" or something.
And did you play tricks on one another? 'Cause he's got a good sense of humour, and he's also obsessed about food.
Yes, he is obsessed with food. Not so much tricks. Well, we had a bit of a mean time laughing. I can't say who it was, but there was someone else in another studio recording a song, someone like a sort of quite well-known pop singer, and they were singing a really, really awful song. So we were kind of a bit of fun laughing about it in the hallways.
Really a bit of a bitching session.
I wouldn't go so far as that. It was more just, he came in and went, these are the lyrics, and I was going, you must be joking, and then went and stood outside. And
has that song since been released?
No, I'm not sure it ever will be.
Okay.
You know, we've all
somebody famous, male, female.
Yes.
Go on, give us a few hints.
Yes, one or the other.
I'll get it out of you somehow.
Look, we've all demoed songs that, you know, quite rightly haven't seen the light of day.
Yes.
But it was quite a funny moment.
Now, what are your favourite tunes on the album? What are your favourite tracks?
Well, at the moment, pretty much all of them, because they're all new. So when you've got these shiny new songs, they're all kind of exciting and fresh blood. I mean, the single Bittersweet, I very much am enjoying performing.
Hot and spicy dance track.
Hot and spicy?
That's what I was told. I heard.
Come up with your own ideas. Sorry. Yeah, I think the single I'm enjoying doing, because it's quite energetic and it's sort of got a slight Blondie tinge to it, I think. And they're one of my favourite bands, so that's good.
Right, what's the weirdest thing you've ever written a song about? You see, I like to be random in my questioning.
Okay. Just means I have to keep changing my expression.
Yeah, sorry.
I haven't had posted expression. The weirdest thing I've written a song about.
The modelly look that's coming out is like Sophie sad, Sophie happy,
Yeah, exactly.
Sophie and
Blue Steel.
wonderful.
The strangest song. Well, on this record, there's a song called "Dial My Number," which is about someone who's been stalking me by text.
Actually, in real life.
Really, yeah. They're completely harmless, but and I don't think they'll know who they are because I've never replied to them. But they just send me really strange text messages.
And you're sure that you've not met them before and that they think that they know you better than?
I don't think so. I think they maybe got my number from somewhere and took a bit of a lucky guess and then kept going.
And are they still doing it right now?
Yeah, they'll go quiet for a bit and then they'll start up again.
The lackluster response from fans regarding the album title change seemingly prompted Sophie to revert to using the original title. On the 18th of April 2011, Make a Scene was first released in Russia by Universal Music Group, with a delayed release in the UK until the 13th of June, where it would be issued under Sophie's own record label EBGB's. The album would receive mixed reviews from music critics who felt it lacked cohesion, with too many cooks spoiling the broth. Make a Scene entered the Russian album chart at number 12. In the UK, the record would reach a disappointing peak of number 33, with first week sales of just 6,143 copies. The album would chart much higher on the UK independent album chart at number 8.
on your fourth album, it's called Make a Scene. You have got more of a dance music kind of vibe.
This album I've done, the fourth album, is very, very dancey.
Yeah.
There's everybody on there from Metronomy to Calvin Harris.
Are you a clubber, Sophie Ellis-Bextor?
I always like a good boogie, yeah.
Are you a boogier?
I am, yeah.
Do we say boogie anymore?
I do.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Now, you are going to play us out later with your new single, Starlight.
Oh, yes.
What's it about?
Starlight is a sort of 80s inspired disco-y dance ballad, and for me it encapsulates one of my favourite emotions in pop music, which is when you get that sort of melancholy, a bit of wistfulness.
Okay.
So it makes you feel a bit sad, but you don't know quite why.
At what point of the night, on a night out, does that moment hit you, would you say?
It's definitely the really great snog at the end of the
Oh,
club.
lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely ideal.
On the 5th of June, the Richard X produced Starlight would be released as the album's 6th single overall, exclusively in the UK, just ahead of the album's UK release date. Another co-write with Sophie and Hannah Robinson, the track would unfortunately fail to chart.
We are frozen in light, not a second goes by. Is it a waking dream holding me? You never really know till you know. In the blink of an eye, hearts will unite. We are one. Find us under the starlight, starlight, starlight. I could die right here in your arms. We are one. Caught here under the starlight, starlight, starlight. 'Cause tonight we found heaven in the dark. Silhouette of my mind, it's just you and I. And as the starlight shines, our bodies outline. It's so natural, unbreakable. Won't ever let you go, let you go. Hand in my hand, here till the end. We are one. Find us under the starlight, starlight, starlight. I could die right here in your arms. Face to face, it's murder on the dance floor. Cut to the chase, just give us what we came for.
On the 27th of January 2012, Revolution was released as the album's 7th and final single overall, with it being just a limited release in Italy.
Bang, bang in the club now. Better off or down and bow. Chaos ruling, wanna wow. Tearing up the sound. Now, now. Shout it out loud. Now they're warming up the ground. Break the deck and needle up. Shut it down and turn it up. Face to face, it's murder on the dance floor. Cut to the chase. Just give us what we came for. Get on the revolution. Get on the revolution. Get on the revolution.
In recent years, Make a Scene has emerged as a beloved favourite among fans, with many declaring it their top choice in Sophie's discography. This album undoubtedly showcases her most vibrant and danceable tracks, making it clear why so many are drawn to its energetic sound and uplifting vibe. However, the challenges faced during the Make a Scene era would prompt Sophie to adopt a vastly different direction for her next record.
Yeah, it's alright, you give me young blood. Before the world I may be old enough.
Thanks for watching.
Because he's coming.